So you graduated in this most recent class, which was August 2025, August 8th. You went 62 and through. What was the key to the success? Or the luck?
Yeah, there's a lot of luck that goes into it. I knew great guys that I thought had pretty good looks, but it just depends on what that particular RI is looking for. Because you always hear that there's the standard, and there is, but certain RIs, they all have their tendencies. And so one thing that you'll hear a lot from them is that everybody starts with a go and then they'll lose it along the way. And so different guys have different things that they're looking for. And
do you have an example?
I remember I would kind of, while we were doing the PEs, I would kind of jot down little notes here and there and talk about, or just kind of write down certain things that RIs were hitting on. I know one of them here in Darby, he was blasting us one day about react to IDF, about how none of us have been to combat, and if we actually go and you start receiving actual IDF, that shit's scary, and you're not just gonna jog for the first 50, 100 meters and then you're gonna start walking it out because you're tired. Like, no, you're gonna run, and if somebody gets hit, you take a casualty, you will throw them on top of your ruck, you'll grab all your shit, and you will go. And nobody's just gonna kind of mosey on out of there like we do during Ranger School. And I just remember writing down, Sergeant First Class, whatever, really cares about IDF. And so if he was going to be my grader that day, I was going to make sure that I, A, had a deliberate plan for IDF, B, I would brief it, and then if we received it during any kind of actions on, that I was going to have to be cracking the whip and making sure that, if nothing else, I was trying to lead people to do the right thing, because you can't make 40 to 50 guys all do the right thing the entire time, but you can try, and you can shove one person down if one person's being lazy, but which definitely happens. You hear the RD sim go off and you see somebody looking for a place to get down and you just shove them. Sometimes that's good enough for them to be like, well, they're doing their part as a leader.
So the RIs will give you ideas on what they're looking for. They'll talk you through just...
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they necessarily... Some of them do. Some of them are, foot stompers that'll tell you while you're going through, certain things are super important. Others, you just kind of pick up on what they're really focusing on during the PEs and during their AARs, because that's another big thing is once you get into your graded walks, talk to everybody that comes out of leadership, especially if you're an officer, you're talking to somebody else coming out of the PL spot, which you're probably going to end up getting. Talk to them about, hey, how'd your AAR go? And you can kind of pinpoint, you'll hear common things from the same RIs, because they really focus in. Some of them it's direct fire control measures. Some of them it's the react to IDF. Rates of fire is big one for the guys that are grading weasels.
So just pay attention.
Yeah, just pay attention to what they're talking about and what they harp on, and then